Hey everyone, Jessica Coulter here, and today we're going to be talking about persistence and how to get A's by being persistent. So, if that is something you want for yourself or maybe your child, let me know this message is relevant to you. Tap that like or heart button for me. And if there's a particular class that you want an A in, if it's like me, it'd be all your classes. You could type all down below in the comments, or if just a particular one you're really struggling with. So before we jump into the how to implement this idea, let me introduce myself. My name is Jessica Coulter, and I'm the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I myself was the valedictorian of my high school class and had a very high GPA in college. Not the 4.0 I wanted, but a 3.8, so not ashamed about that at all. So definitely know what I'm talking about and I'm more than more than capable of helping students in the third grade and beyond, all the way up through adults and grad school, get those A's if that's what you want or one of your kiddos wants. So let's talk about how persistence is the answer here. So the first idea might seem kind of obvious, might seem kind of like, yeah, I know, but the idea here, you try hard, you're going to succeed. Now, for a child or a student, success might mean passing a class. Yeah, you're failing it and you succeed by getting a C. That's still pretty awesome. That's going to take some work, some persistence. Now, I can also tell you that there's that proverb by Thomas Palmer, and if at first you don't succeed, try again. So I know, sounds probably corny, and like I said, kind of overdone, but you've got to try, because if you don't try, you're not persistent, nothing is going to change. So if you just decide, I don't know how to do this math problem, I don't understand science, if you just shut down and you don't try, you don't persist in learning how to do that material or understanding the material, nothing's ever going to change. Now, if you're serious about wanting to get better at school and figuring out how to pass classes and maybe even get some A's in those classes, I encourage you to join my Facebook group. The link's in the description. It's facebook.com/groups/A's for students. So let's talk about this second idea, the second way persistence is key to getting A's. Well, again, a little maybe overdone, but practice makes perfect. Okay? Now, I do want to warn you, something a friend pointed out, practice makes permanent. So this has happened to me before. If I was in class taking notes and I misheard something the teacher said, and I wrote it in my notes, so I studied it that way, and then when the test came around, what I had written down, what I had studied, was not an option. Or if I wrote a short essay response and I got points off, I got really confused because I had studied, and then I found out, oh, I studied the wrong thing. So yes, I encourage practice, and I encourage all sorts of different types of practice. If you haven't watched my other videos about study techniques or test-taking strategies, definitely encourage you to do that, because I've talked about rote memorization, I've talked about writing songs, I've talked about flashcards. I have mentioned all sorts of different ways to study and practice material. So definitely encourage you to practice, be persistent, and make the effort to get better at your classes and to find out where you're struggling so you can learn the material and get the A's you want. So guys, I just want to check in. If you're enjoying the video, great. Tap that like or heart button for me. And again, if you're just jumping in now and haven't told me what class you want an A in, would love to know. And finally, remember, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're a subscriber. And if you're on LinkedIn, make sure we're connected. So one last idea here, and this is probably the one that's nearest and dearest to me, something that I hope people really take the time to think about and let sink in when it comes to persistence. I want you to realize that not everyone is good at everything, okay? So there are those people out there, those kind of know-it-alls, if you will, that think they know everything, and then there are people that kind of feed into that, that think, well, so-and-so seems so smart. He seems to know everything about everything. Or she seems really, really good at this. I have yet to know her not to understand a concept. Well, I'm going to, kind of maybe break your bubble a little bit here. But there is going to be a class that stumps everyone. That's probably going to be a different class for each person. in what might seem like a really easy class to you, say biology. For that person that seems like a know-it-all, biology might be the one subject he or she just does not get and just needs so much help on. So that's going to happen to everyone. I can't promise if it's going to be this year. I can't promise if it's going to be 3 years from now. But just know that not everyone is good at everything. So if you're really struggling with something, or you've been struggling for a while, just know you will get through it. You just have to be persistent. You have to try, and you've got to seek help when you need help. So guys, that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you need help with school, if you want to be successful and earn those A's, I strongly encourage you to join my group. It's called Students Aiming for A's, and the link's in the description. Facebook.com/groups/A's for students. So join the group so you can get the help you need to get the A's in your classes. Thanks so much. See you in the next video.